right, guys, we are back, and this is Biggy. Biggy is a 2-year-old, and Biggy actually come out of Billings, Montana. Looking at this horse now, I know a lot of people that would buy a horse that looks like him. When we purchased him, he looked nothing like this. He was pretty dried up. He didn't have much muscle mass to himself. He didn't have very much substance, but the wife and I kind of seen through that, and he's got really good foot, good bone. I like the way his neck ties into his wither and his shoulder. Nice tight throat latch. This is a horse that most people dream of having. He's one that he could make a pickup horse. He could make a head horse. He could make a solid big time ranch horse. There. And so right now I'm just trying to get him to want to come to me like I did with Nitro. He's a lot more flighty type horse, but when it comes down to something, he's not one to back down from a fight type deal is kind of how I describe his personality. He's one that just a little more tough. He's built to be tough though. He's built to kind of want to be the top dog. So I'm going to try to get him to figure some stuff out here for a second. He wants to panic. He looks at me. That noise stops and that noise leaves. Gosh, he's good to look at, ain't he? There. See? So this, I really enjoy this because it makes their mind want to be with you so much that it really makes your job easy. Just teach them, hey, when there's pressure, I can help you control that. Just look at me for it. So I'll let him smell it. Perfect. Take it away. First time he's ever seen this bag, and he willingly put his nose out there and he's like, hey, what is that? Come right back to it. And see, now he's interested. Now he's like, huh, what's in there? Is that where my grain comes from? Biggy has been standing in a stall at our place for exactly 30 days now, right? Yep. So a month ago, I purchased him, and his 30-day body condition transformation has been incredible. So see if he'll kind of stay with me with his shoulder and his body. Perfect. Perfect. I got his head, but he was doing so good, I'm going to get greedy there. That's what I want to see. So with this, I can just create a willing mind, and I can help their body figure it out. Bring this back to him. You're going to be playful, huh? Tickle, 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 tickle. He's a cool little horse. Not really little. He probably tapes 15-2 right now. He'll probably finish out at 16 hands. I'm going to keep his mind interested. He really kind of took that well. We're going to see what he thinks with the flag now. See if I can get the same answers out of it. Perfect. The only thing that this horse hasn't done that I'd like to see is I haven't seen him really lick and chew and let loose of any of that tension throughout his body. Oh boy. Come to here. Good boy. Come to here. Good boy. Yeah. So, and all I'm looking for when I touch him and before I touch him is I want to look and see, like, is he nervous? Is he allowing me to? Does he want me to? Does he not want me to? So, and this is something he's already telling us, and I've known it from him. He's been in a stall having to catch him in his stall and doing some halter training with him, just so we can lead him in and out of his stall. He is not a fan of his butt. So this is one of those horses that most people are like, well, my horse is tough like that. What do you do? It's a part of ignoring it. Like, he wants to block me. I'm going to use the extension of my arm, and I'll touch it there. He's still kind of blocking me with his face. If I just stayed with him, I didn't get greedy and try to just go straight to my hand. I didn't get greedy and try to pick his face apart with my other hand and block him like that. I want him to try and figure this out best as possible. So I'm just going to use it and build towards getting back there best I can. It might be perfect by the end of the first day. It might not. Some horses take a little bit longer, but it's dedicating the time to one. That was awesome. I went down his back leg, and he just picked it up and set it down softly. I'll come right back to. He's kind of rigid-minded right now. He's kind of holding some tension in his neck. You're okay. Oh, good boy. Good boy. He's not paying attention, so we're just going to kind of keep going back at it and go under him. That's good. Let him think about that. It's a lot for this colt. Just want him to take a breath. There, that's what I was looking for. And sometimes you have to reward the smallest try, and sometimes you have to push past some of the small stuff, give him 2 or 3 small little wins, and he still won't release. But then when I finally found his big no-no spot, is what I'll call it, which was his hind end, he finally is like, okay, he got used to me touching it there, and he released some tension. So he just throughout his whole body, he licked and chewed, he put his head down, he bowed down, kind of scratched his leg with his nose. It's all these signs that I want to see these horses understand what I'm teaching them. So see, we're finding that spot. Now, if he wanted to run off, he could run off. There's a reason I'm doing this with no halter on, because I need him to tell me what is going on. See, he says, I just don't know about that side yet there. So we're just going to build on it. It's not a problem. It's going to come back down to his leg and his hip and his leg and his hip. And if I get it to where I can walk all the way around this horse and he stays there, perfect. Might take 3 days. There's some horses that I've heard of some trainers struggling with for 90 days. I don't think he'll be that type of horse, but it might take me a couple days to get him to just be confident in his own skin and be confident around me. Not really wanting to let down, so we're just going to come right back to it. I really like the approach. Kept his eyes on me, and he's paying attention to what I'm doing, but he's allowing me to be around him. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So he didn't move when I finally kind of went over his butt with my hand, let him think about it. He put his neck down. He's just thinking, I don't know why I liked that, but your timing was good. I enjoy it. So I'm just going to let him think. Don't want to interrupt him. I want him to process the whole thing. He might try to go roll. He might not. Boy. He's still processing. There. Says, yep, that's what I like, Dad. That's what I like. I'm just going to come in. So whatever he felt at that spot, he wasn't necessarily okay with. So I'm going to just kind of stay there and wait for him to soften and almost welcome me. You're cute. And welcome me in. And I don't want these horses just taking it it don't take too good of a trainer for them to force something to stand there and them not be willing for it. It's one of those that I know hundreds of people that can do it that way. If I can get him to be willing with me, it'll make 30 days, it'll make it so awesome. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my flag up. I'm going to grab my halter, get him haltered, and kind of see what he feels like at the end of the lead. We're going to come over. Good boy. He's thinking, he says, what is going on over here? And you can ask my stall help. This horse has already learned a lot because he is not that easy to catch. So he's already getting and gaining confidence in his own skin just from little 10 minutes that we've done right there. So I'm going to ask him to soften out. So he's kind of blocking me right there at the shoulder. I want that shoulder to step out. There. So he's looking to block me with his shoulder. If I have to get my flag, I will, to help him get that out, because if he wants to continue to block me with that, that's where you see a lot of people with their saddle going like this. Gosh, why can't I saddle my colt? Why can't I saddle my colt? Well, he's telling you he doesn't like something. More times than not, it's right there. So he hit his own. There. See, he thought right there was the fight part of this horse that I was kind of telling you guys about earlier. He's thinking through it, but he thought right there, he said, do I just turn around and kick him? I do not like what he's doing. There. That was the first time he actually gave that shoulder and left and traveled out, and he's staying perpendicular to me. I liked it. Did I have to hit him with the flag? Yeah. It's just a love tap. See, there's that fight again. So there'll come a time that I probably, if he wants to continue to do that, I'll grab a bridle horse and I'll probably rope his feet off of another horse and let him get more comfortable with that. This horse has never had his feet touched or trimmed a day in his life. So he's kind of freed up there. Don't want to get too greedy. That was good. Keep going. Don't block. Right there. Right there. Right there. Keep going. Right there. Right there. Right there. Let's get it out. There. So I'm not lunging this horse, and I don't want that misconception. I'm finding where this horse is trying to block me out of and softening it so he can move freely. Because if he's rigid, that spot right there will get me bucked off 100%. But if I can get him to move freely like this, that'll be awesome. Have him come to me. See, he's understanding it. He says, you're getting it. You're getting what I'm not liking. See, this is him blocking me again. He's saying, no, I'm going to stay in front of you. Because my body language was telling him, I'm not asking you to move. My shoulders are not directed towards you. There. Good boy. I'm just going to kind of touch him. You can tell he's not super confident with this. He's wanting to pick up his right front leg. He's kind of barely putting pressure on this back left leg. He's like, just not sure right there. Like he's thinking of leaving. But I haven't pushed him too far to tell his body that, yeah, leaving's the right answer. Right there. But I don't want him to block me right here. I want this. If I could draw a target right there, I would draw a big target right there. And that's where I got to stay after. There. He moved it good. Nope. Come back. There. Switch directions. Good boy. So that was really good. So I kind of was dramatic about it, but I stepped in front of him and I directed all my attention right in that spot. And he actually gave it and moved that shoulder away when he transitioned off right there. But he wants to leave away. It's not what I'm asking. That's his flight taking over. Now I'm going to step in front of him this way. That shoulder left. So he knows what I'm working on right here. He says, okay, buddy, I'm kind of understanding. That was good too. Let him think about it and walk out. Perfect. I'm going to let him just sit and think for a second. Because he finally got that shoulder moving. And no part of me lunged this horse until he was sweaty. And he was sitting there like, gosh, what does this guy want me to do? To where he finally just gives up and looks at me and like, what do you want me to do? And you're like, well, that's it. I wanted him to look towards me when I gave pressure directed towards him. Now, I've said my body language is saying, no, I'm not asking you to move. That was awesome right there. He thought about it. The thought's still there. It might take a couple days to get that thought out of there. But I can willingly say this horse is getting better. And that should be the only question when you're starting colts. Is he getting better or is he getting worse? If he's getting worse, call somebody, ask. There's tough colts out there. There's thousands of people that I know that will. So this is that spot. It's the first time I walked behind him. He's like, yeah, I didn't really like it, but he didn't leave. I changed eyes. He brought his attention back to me. He said, oh, wasn't that bad. He licked afterwards. I'm going to give him that 1%. But back to what I was saying, if you have troubles, my phone number is all over our Facebook page. Call me. If I can't help you, I can give you numbers of 20 other people that have helped me through along the way with some tough colts. Perfect. So he's not thinking of leaving right there. That's awesome. He's wanting to come too. Love on him. Good boy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab my brush. Now I'm going to start to brush him off. We're going to kind of just keep going at it. After we brush him off, we're going to grab the saddle pad. After the saddle pad, the saddle, and so on. But I can only take him as far as he'll willingly let me. Good boy. So he moved his hip away from me because he's nervous. He don't like that spot. But he just moved it away to where I feel that I wasn't in his target zone necessarily. It was kind of out of curiosity that he's like, I'm going to look at you like you asked me to, but I also want to know what you're bringing to me. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. So this all goes back to the same thing. I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I got to treat him as if he's broke, even though he is not. If you want to hinder these horses and hold your lead rope right here and stay belly close and barely brush enough to where, okay, that's all my saddle pad's going to touch. And then you let go and you're like, oh, I got to get away from him. You see, he's curious. He's rigid. He's like, what is this guy doing? He doesn't understand it. But if I can give him the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, if you want to leave, leave. I have to find out why. Why does he not want to be with me? Why is he not comfortable with me around? Oh, buddy, you rolled in your stall good. It's awesome. No, I'm not brushing him like I'm scared of him. He's got some dirt on him. Trying to get in there and get it all off and make sure that we can get a saddle pad on there clean. All right, so now we're going to go to our saddle pad. This is going to be something really big for him. Allowing something on his back, but that curiosity that I've struck right there, it's no different than the flag, no different than the tarp. Except for I didn't push it with the flag and the tarp, or the tarp specifically. I didn't make it good. So did he ridge up? Did he get tense? Yeah, he did. Did he move his feet? No. So I have put his brain to his feet this much, enough that he can understand, oh, heck, this guy's not going to give up on me. Oh. Again, it's kind of the same way. It's okay. Just do it a couple more times. He might just be taking it right now. He's saying, I don't know. But I'm letting him be the one to decide just to take it. The lead rope is on the ground. Nobody is touching it. Nobody is holding it. It's just there. He's better on this side. So that tells me something. He's better on his right side than he is his left side, which might make it tougher to get on. But it means once I swing my right leg over, I probably don't got to worry as much because that's his confident side. That's the side that he's going to be, oh, okay. He's thinking about licking and chewing. He's still not quite sure. Says, I don't know. But now, he's already gotten better on that. All right, buddy. Let's come over here so you can see this. I'm going to kind of do some pre-adjusting just because I know he's a bigger Colt than what Nitro was. I still got my back cinch all tied up. This is going good. Okay, so now that I got him, because I cherish what I spend my money on, which is tack and saddles, I am going to hold the end of the lead rope. But I'm not going to restrict him from moving or leaving. So there's that spot. He says, hey, you might not have got it all the way. He's curious, I'll take it away. He's curious, I'll take it away. And notice the way I'm holding my saddle. Where right between my front and my back cinch is sitting on my hip. My right hand's just holding the back of my cannel. It's just there. There you go, buddy. There. Was that perfect? No. That saddle's heavy. But my timing was well. He moved a little, but he thought about staying during his move. He said, oh, maybe this guy's not going to hurt me. It's not going to be too bad. I'm going to have to adjust this a lot more than what I was hoping. He's a lot bit bigger Colt than what I thought. Okay, there's the back cinch set, front cinch, set my breast collar to the correct holes. And I know my tack well enough to roughly a size of a horse, what hole my breast collar should be on, what hole my cincher should be on, to where I can go through this and have a pretty good guess without putting my hands and my body parts in a spot that's not necessarily a place that I'd like them to be when I go through this. I reach through the saddle. And again, should I hold this cinch up? Yes. But it kind of is, I kind of have my own tough spot and mind blocks with when do you treat them like they're broken? When do you treat them like they're Colt? Where I kind of get in that habit of treating them all like they're just broke. I'm going to go between the front legs with this. It's kind of a vulnerable position. Get my back cinch set. Okay. Now, this is a position that I do not want this Colt to come over top of me. But knowing he is bad with his back end, I do not want to get kicked either. So I'm going to leave perpendicular to him, just as if I was to lunge him, like this. And I'm going to stay, because that spot in his shoulder is where he doesn't want. See where he initially went to, I'm going to turn my butt towards you, sir. You didn't want to move off that. Move him over. He's going to lick and chew. I'll let him lick and chew, and I'm going to grab my flag so we can kind of work on that spot again without him trying to come over top of us. There. Right there. So when they buck, all I do is redirect their attention. See how he thought? He said, why? I don't want them to buck. I want them to look to me for the difference of pressure. So I can help him through that. Now I'm going to come across. Might get tight there. He did. And I'm just looking for him to free up. Not lunging to air him out. Not lunging for any other purpose. Except for him to just free his body up. There. He's traveling awesome right there. I'm going to step in front of him. Oh. We're going to go across. That shoulder. That's awesome. I really like that. He's let out some air. I see a little bit of a gap in my back cinch. I'll pull it up a couple holes. Come to. Good boy. He's licking and chewing. He's like, I don't know what the heck this thing is on my back, sir, but I didn't like it at first. Says, okay. Well, if you got any questions about it, just come ask me, okay? Just do it nicely. So you can see I thought of sending him right there, but I want to pull my saddle just a little bit. Okay. So I'm just adjusting my saddle so my cinch is sitting square on his chest. He was a little bit off to this left side. Now he is fully tight enough. If I wanted to, I could get on right here. All right, so if I wanted to get on right here, my back cinch, it's snug. It's holding his belly. My front cinch, it's snug. It's holding on there. And I kind of get him to free up again now that we've tightened him up. He thought about being a little tense there. Then he thought through it. His eyes softer. He's got an ear locked on me. He's licking. He says, this isn't that bad. Not that bad. That was beautiful. So I just don't like this spot right there. Part of him is just taking it and not moving. But when he wants to block me on it, he's blocking me on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that flag in that spot until he wants to kind of soften. You see him speeding up? He does not like it there. Now he's just taking it. That was good. He thought of speeding up, and he didn't. He accepted it being in there. Notice he's not blocking me on this side as bad. It's perfect. So now we're going to go preparing ourselves to ride. You've watched me start one. Again, it goes back to I don't start them in the halter. Just even if it's changing into a different halter, it would make me happy. But I want to start them in something different. I want them to get used to this change right here. I want him to accept this part of it so well. That's perfect. I like that. What I'm going to do is, like I told you with Nitro, that Colt's a little bit more naturally gentle, what I would call more of a true domesticated, raised Colt. Has hands on him since the day he was born. This Colt was probably born out in the pasture somewhere up north, to where his mom taught him to carry his feet, taught him to do everything. I was awesome. Absolutely awesome. He's naturally a more sensitive Colt. But what I did is I added the leader up to my halter to my rein. So that way I could just make sure I could keep myself safe. Go over his head, get myself in this position, and then go over his butt. Perfect. Shoot, bud, you're more broke than I thought you were. He's just a more sensitive, feely type Colt. So he's going to give the least amount of pressure possible. Perfect. So I really, really like that. So I'll take my rein off, throw that rein back over, bring this rein back. Get this one set over. I'm not very handy with my left hand. So see, now that's partially my fault. I didn't get it all the way over. There, that was really good. He put himself in a sticky spot, and I didn't really help it. But hey, don't come over me. Turn around, follow your nose. You're okay. You're okay. There. So, and it's just, all goes back to not being confident on that left side. That was beautiful. I'm going to let him think about that one for a second. I really liked it. He liked it too. He's licking and chewing. He's thinking. He's like, well, there. Let out some air, buddy. I wish they could talk to us. I like to think some horses have funny voices. There you go. That was good. Oh, can I get that halter over there? So now, just so I can figure out what to expect, I'm going to pick up two hands here and see what he wants to think. He wants to soften his face. There, he thought about taking a step back. There. There. Just kind of wanted the idea of where he was at mentally, if he wants to take the Bozell and do well with it. I'm going to kind of adjust my rope on him a tick. So I start 90% of my colts in this rig right here. I like to call it leak proof. I hope I don't jinx myself. But I have only come off of this saddle one time. And it was, I had a gal working for me saddling horses. And she was ground driving this colt for us. And he was doing awesome. Well, she forgot my cinch hobble. And I don't know how she made it as long as she did. Ground driving him all over the property, outside the round pen in the arena. I mean, if she had a buggy, she would have been after it. And nothing ever happened. I bring him in the round pen. It's like, he looks great. Let's do his first ride. And I get up there on him, and he was doing really well for about 45 seconds. And he kind of was holding his breath, and he sucked his belly in for a second. That back cinch went back, and oh, by golly, it was a ride. I did end up coming off of that. Since that time, I saddle all my own colts. I check all my own tack. I just don't want to risk any of that. And that horse turned out to be awesome. He was no bronc by any means. But when you flank one, you can make one buck. So I'm going to come back to this. And if you guys remember, he's a little bit taller horse. See if I can get my pants up where they need to be. Put my foot in the stirrup. He says, oh, that's not that bad. Get up here. Hang out. It's awesome. I like it. He's curious. He sees me out of that eye. And I'm going to leave. Because I think where most people get in trouble with these horses is they get greedy. Like, heck, the first time I stood up there, he stood perfectly still. So I swung on, and boy, we had a rodeo. Not saying we won't have a rodeo, but I want him to understand that this is what I'm asking. I want him to understand that standing here being good when I get on is the answer. It's correct. Get my foot up there. Get up. This is really good for him, considering this is his bad side. This is the side he doesn't like pressure and things moving. I don't know if I'll be able to get up on you on this side, buddy, but we can try. Again, I'm not very coordinated on this right leg, everything, but he did good. All right, so I've gotten on the left side 2 times. I've gotten on the right side once. Hasn't really made a wrong move. I'm going to check my fingers, make sure everything's good. Then you just commit up, everything's okay. Just hang out up here. Good boy. Avid person when you get on these colts for the first couple days. Just keep moving. Let them know it's okay. They need you to help them through everything. I'm going to love on him. I'm going to tip his head a little bit. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Means I'm doing my job right. So he's kind of getting a little rigid, but he's thinking through it right here. I like this. I like it a lot. He's staying bent. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm just kind of watching his eyes and his ears and what he's thinking. Hey, you're okay. Let's go that way. You're okay. Yeah, look at him licking and chewing. He says, I don't know what you're doing to my brain, buddy, but it feels good. So he's wanting to go a little faster. We're going to just keep our hand down best we can and just trot with him, just hang out. That's okay. I just kind of cluck to him a little bit. Oh, you're choking on something? I just kind of cluck to him, and I just want him to travel out. Get it out of there, buddy. There. I'm going to pick my hand up, turn him in. That was awesome. I really like how this horse wants to continue to do. It's like putting a manual in first gear. It's not going to come out of gear as long as you're still let the clutch out and you're driving. It's kind of how he feels with like turning. When I pick my hand up, he just kind of automatically just staying in that gear and just going and going and going and going. So now we're going to do something for the first time. I'm going to pick him up. He's going to come over. Oh, by golly, he didn't like seeing me out of that right eye. But he took it pretty well. He thought about it. He thought about it. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And just keep talking. I just want him to feel free. He's moving really good. My hand's down. Just going to kind of sit deep in my seat. See if he'll ease up a tick. I really like the way he's moving right now. There. So all I did is just kind of stopped riding with my body. And he eased up. I mean, more sensitive colts like him, if I would have picked my hand up, I would have created tension in his body. And I probably could have made him buck. It's not my goal. Some do, some don't. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, now we're going to switch directions right here into the panel. Awesome, awesome. So he's just a really, really light colt. Like most first rides aren't that easy. You kind of got to bump him a little bit. I just picked my hand up and he just goes with it. He says, yes, sir, let's go. So we loped around to the right. We trotted to the right. We're walking to the right now. I don't know if it's mind games that I play with myself or how it all works. I have to do it both directions. I have to walk. I have to trot. I have to lope both directions. I just want them free. I don't want to miss a spot with them because if I don't lope him to the left, he might go back to his stall after his bath and be like, well, shoot, I don't got to go that direction fast. I only have to go to walk or a trot. And I just don't want them thinking that. I want them to say, oh, okay, we got to go both directions. We got to soften our face both directions. I really like how he's keeping his neck soft. He's really comfortable right here. So again, I just kind of cluck to him. Perfect. He's traveling. Now, if I start riding a little bit, they'll just lope right off. I didn't have to kick him. And just kind of keep using my voice, sit deep in my saddle, and he'll kind of just come right back down to me. And I'm not going to pick that hand up because if I can teach this big of a horse to just read my seat and my body language like that, that's awesome. He might not have come to a complete stop, but he stopped an upbeat tempo and he was thinking and he come to my hands. We're going to turn ourselves in. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely awesome. He wants to pick it up. I'm just going to stay deep in my seat. Just easy, buddy. You're okay. If he wants to keep going, I'm not asking him to. I'm just sitting up here saying, you can slow down whenever you'd like. There. He thought about it. Oh, here he comes again. It might be the tarp. It might be this fence. Something he likes about over there. I don't know if he doesn't like the panels or how it works, but I'm just going to hold my hand. There. Good boy. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Have him come in. Have him come in. So, and a big part of the reason he is riding like he is, if I wouldn't have given him the confidence on the ground, he would be nothing like what he is now. He'd be rigid. He'd kind of resort back to that fight or flight mode. He wouldn't just be soft and willing to move and take what I'm asking him. What was that? Yeah. So, and like the wife just said, this is his first day of groundwork, first day of saddling, first day of riding. I mean, he's had enough halter training to sneak a halter on him, not going to lie, sneak a halter on him, lead him in and out of his stall. That is the extent of this horse. He's never had his feet touched. He's never had nothing. That was awesome. And so if I would have snuck around this horse and not given him the confidence, then he wouldn't be able to take any sort of pressure that I put on him well. He would take it and he would either try to fight me and he would buck, or he would run off and not have smooth transitions with himself. But on the ground, in the short little bit that I do, he was not perfect, but I kept his mind interested enough that he stayed locked with me and he was willing to take it and learn more from it. So now I'm going to pick up two hands for the first time on his back. He softened his face. I really like it, but he's got to connect his face to his nose is the whole key to these first couple rides. So when he starts shifting his weight back, that's when that thought comes in and I can reward it. I'm going to bump a little bit. That was beautiful. Absolutely awesome. He's like, why'd you just pat me like that? It made some noise. You seen his whole face go rigid. He kind of looked at me with a side eye. His ears got tight. He said, I didn't really like you patting me, but again, I pat my broke horses, so why can't I pat my colts? So before I lose his brain here, I'm just going to get him kind of confident, get him soft again, willing. He got a little bit rigid. There you go. That was good. And go to this side. There you go. I just want him to kind of come to and be okay with it. Then I go back to wiggling myself, wiggling my saddle, picking my feet in and out of my stirrups. And then when I get off, it's just one swift motion. Let's get off. Good job, buddy. So the end part of this is allowing him to comprehend what I've showed him, allow him to understand I wasn't there to hurt him. I wasn't there to make life hard. I got to get him broke. I want it to be fun partnership for both of us. The fact that he didn't even try to buck under saddle and he did smooth transitions with being such a kind of more sensitive, soft, moving off a pressure horse is great. It means I did my job on the ground. It means I did my job under saddle of not getting greedy. I just kind of stayed there with him and had no problems with it. I'm very, very pleased with this colt. He might be one that stays until he is a bridle horse. If I had my way with it, that's what it would do. Again, I got one more colt to ride. So I just set my stuff back up how I want it. And take this stuff off. You're okay. Want him to kind of put his head towards me. So I look for one of two things. With a colt like him that might not want to be his head down when I'm on the ground, I want him to either put it down when I put this pressure like he is, or I want it to come to me this first day. If I can just get him, it's okay. It's okay. There. Just to where he wants to stay, wants to be with me, wants to be good. Sweet. I got no problems with it. I'll come back to it. Thank you, sir. I'll come back to it. Say, all right. Oh, boy. So throughout this whole thing, did I get a shoulder perfect? No. But I hope you guys can see the difference of when I first tried to walk up to this side, he would put his face in this hole right here and he would block me from coming in. There was no way that I could do it without him moving his hip around. So it just shows me that he's comprehending it. He's allowing me to be right here willingly. No part of me is forcing him to be here. Yeah, he's tired. But when you're tired, you have to use your brain to think because your body is towards exhaustion. So if I can get his brain to think completely with me, life will be awesome for him. His next ride, he probably won't even get sweaty because I won't have to do as much on the ground with it. Good. See, and he's looking for me. He's kind of a cool colt. He quivers his lip up. He's like, yeah, I like that. Huh, yeah, you're cute. You're cute. Smile! That means he liked the ride. Yeah, buddy. I like it. So, and this is just expressions. I want to acknowledge any expression that he does give me and correct ones that you don't necessarily like and teach him to use others in the correct way. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, good boy. Good boy. All right. Well, thank you guys. This was Biggy's first ride, and we'll see you for the next one.